CBS Sunday Mornings exclusive conversation with President Joe Biden, who sat down with our friend Robert Costa for his very first interview since exiting the 2024 race 3 weeks ago. Biden talked about what prompted him to make that historic decision.
The polls we had showed that it was a neck-and-neck race, would have been down to the wire. But what happened was a number of my Democratic colleagues in the House and Senate thought that I was going to hurt them in the races. And I was concerned if I stayed in the race, that would be the topic. You'd be interviewing me about why did Nancy Pelosi say, why did so, and I thought it'd be a real distraction.
And Bob Costa joins us now for more on that conversation. Bob, I love the way you opened it up by asking the president to tell you the story of his decision. We heard a part of it there. Was there more to that story that you learned?
There was a lot more to this story. You had President Biden with his family just a few weeks ago in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, his retreat, his place he goes to escape Washington. And it was a political decision, as he just detailed. It was also a personal one. In our conversation for Sunday Morning, he talked about his family being in the Oval Office. He talked about his late son, Beau. And this is someone who, when he makes decisions, clearly forges the personal with the political until he makes a final conclusion.
You know, the president talked about the threat to democracy that he sees in Donald Trump, but a lot of voters don't vote on democracy. They vote on the economy. And there's going to be a joint appearance, we hear, between President Biden and candidate Harris talking about economic policy. That'll be an appearance, their first together. What's the role that you're hearing Joe Biden's going to play in the campaign of now Kamala Harris for president?
He told me he is going to be out there on the campaign trail. He will be in Pennsylvania. Let's remember, President Biden born in Scranton, Pennsylvania, even though he was a longtime senator from Delaware. And he's going to go to that battleground state. He told CBS News he's working with Governor Josh Shapiro, who almost landed on the Democratic ticket, to come up with a Pennsylvania tour to try to really convince those voters to not go toward former President Donald Trump, who he still sees very much as a threat to American democracy, whether he wins or even if he loses and does not concede like he did not concede in the 2020 election. But he's also going to be focused on foreign policy and domestic policy, he told me, in these final 5 or 6 months of his presidency.
All right, Bob, thank you very much.